Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Trois Rivières, Quebec. My name is Mark McKelvey, and welcome to our opening coverage of the 2024 National Driving Championship. Yes, it's coming up tomorrow afternoon at Hippodrome Trois Rivières. It's going to be a fun afternoon as we have 8 drivers from across the country coming in, all vying for that national title. And of course, with that comes the opportunity to head to the Worlds to represent Canada. It's going to be a lot of fun. But our festivities have kicked off here this evening as we have our, I guess you can call it opening ceremonies, a welcome dinner with all the drivers and various Standard by Canada directors and dignitaries that are in attendance here tonight. We're at La Maison du Debouche, which is a fantastic spot right here in the heart of Trois Rivières. A very happening spot here in early July, and expecting a big crowd and a great turnout tomorrow afternoon for what's going to be a real fun day of great harness racing. Once again, my name is Mark McKelvey. Thanks so much for taking a little bit of time to tune in this evening. We're going to catch up with all 8 drivers that are participating in this year's National Driving Championship, and we're going to kick things off by bringing in our first couple of special guests from Ontario, James McDonald and Tyler Borth. And gentlemen, I'm not sure why we're kicking off with you guys specifically. Maybe it's that little familiarity. I'm excited to get to know the other guys. I'm not saying I'm tired of you guys, but we talk regularly. That said, we don't get to come to Quebec all that often. So I'm going to start first with you, Tyler, because I know, James, you've been here before. I know we haven't got to the track yet, but your first impressions and how you feeling about everything that's going on here?
Yeah, no, it's been a great trip down, and I thought they said there wasn't a lot to do in Three Rivers, and by the look of it outside there, I don't know if it's just because we're here or if there's something else going on, but anyways, it looks like we're going to have a good time, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, there's a festival going on right here in the city. I think Flow Rider's performing on Saturday. Unfortunately, we'll be going home before then. James, you've been here before. Your stop at one point here. How many times have you been here? But I know you were here as part of the World Driving Championship back in 2017.
I can't remember. I think I've been here 3 times. It might have been 4. I'd have to double check. But it's always been a great track to race at, and I've had a lot of luck here. So hopefully I can carry that into tomorrow.
And James, I know one thing that stood out to me already is the passionate fans here in Quebec. And you were mentioning to me, you expect it to be a great crowd here tomorrow, very energetic. How exciting is that? I mean, you're also in a competition, so you have that excitement, that energy, but also when you know it's going to be a great turnout and a good vibe.
Yeah, there's no better feeling like North America Cup night. You get a big cheer coming down the lane, and it's just it makes. I think we all probably wanted to be hockey players or baseball players when we were kids, but we didn't have the talent. But this is as close as it gets for us when there's something big on the line and a lot of people there cheering you on. And like I said, I've been here a few times, and every time I've been here, it's been a massive crowd, really passionate horse fans, and I expect more of the same tomorrow.
For you, Tyler, James has that experience having won a World Driving Championship. He's mentioned that a time or two, I think, to all of us. But for you, this first experience coming to the National Driving Championship, how excited were you? And have you given it much thought? Because I know we're in a busy part of the racing season, but how much was this on your mind?
Yeah, it wasn't really a ton on my mind, but, just coming down here today with James and the rest of the guys and talking to the rest of the guys and meeting the rest of the guys, it really sets in like how big of a deal it is. And looking forward to it, and he has been in these challenges before or whatever, and I haven't, but I have drove a lot. I grew up driving on a lot of smaller tracks, and I drove a lot of miles on a half mile, so I think he'll find out tomorrow. Well, he already found out in London my experience on a half mile, but he's going to find out again tomorrow.
I like it. I was going to bring that up if you didn't say it. You won the Ontario Regional Driving Championship. The top 2 drivers did advance, but you look at how deep the driving colony is in Ontario. I mean, to come out of that is an accomplishment in its own right. How proud were you to have won that Ontario Regional Driving Championship?
Yeah, obviously I was very proud, and it meant more to me too, just because it was at Western Fair where I started, and obviously I don't know if it's just me or like thinking that I didn't have that good of a lineup, and then I ended up coming out on top. But yeah, it turns out I did have a good lineup because I didn't drive that good, but I was proud.
I don't want you to give out any tips, I guess, with competition right beside you, but how do you tackle these driver competitions? I mean, you're a veteran of them now, but what's your approach going in?
I kind of mentioned it in an interview the other day. It's just stay positive. Just take what the race gives you, and just try not to get too up or down, and let the day unfold how it's gonna. But it's a great opportunity for Tyler and I, and like you said, proud. We're both really proud to be here, and I hope Tyler one day can experience what it's like to wear red and white and represent your country, because it's really special. Hopefully not next year, but hopefully in the years to come.
I mean, you won that World Driving Championship. I know Tyler said we've heard it a bunch of times, but take us back for those that are tuning in here tonight, how much that meant to you and that whole experience, that great week. I think it was middle of August in 2017.
I think it would mean the world to anyone, anytime, but to do it in your hometown, to finish it, like Tyler said, winning in London to him was important. When there's a parade Old Home Week, and the people at it is the whole island's there pretty much. And every time they would announce representing Canada in the harness or in the World Driving Championship, is James McDonald, hometown boy from Cornwall, Prince Edward Island, and the crowd would go crazy, like every stop. It was like nothing I've ever been a part of. And then that night at the track, there wasn't anything but a white or red T-shirt or sweater at the whole track. There were Canada flags everywhere, and I couldn't jog past the grandstand without it erupting. And I was finishing last all night, and the next post parade, same thing. And it would give me goosebumps every time I jogged in front of the grandstand. So to represent your country is amazing. To win on home turf was unbelievable. And I'm just praying that I get another crack at it, because it was a thrill of a lifetime for sure.
Well, whoever comes out on top tomorrow is going to punch their ticket to the World Driving Championship. I guess, Tyler, it's probably easy to start thinking so far ahead. Do you have to try and keep that out of your mind of what could happen if you won?
Yeah, I haven't really thought a whole lot about that, and probably won't at all. That'll probably all come to me if that happens. But I'm just focused on tomorrow and trying to drive the best that I can. And just put horses in the right position. Try to not. Sometimes you can lose your mind a little, but not like lose your mind, but you can make mistakes, and you got to try to be very focused at all times, or else, obviously, with the group of drivers that we're driving against, they'll capitalize on it. So you got to be sharp, and you can't make too many mistakes.
Well, this is going to be a fun couple of days. It's already kicked off, and Tyler, I see you've got a few people here rooting you on. Who do you got in your cheering section here this weekend?
Well, most of my family, they couldn't make it, but somebody that did make it was my brother, Rob Sparling Jr. He drove down from Manitoulin Island, so he brought his wife, Karen, with them, and his two kids, Austin and Avery, so I'm very happy to have them here and very appreciative of them to make the trip down.
I'm sure they'll be making a ton of noise for you, cheering you on. What about you, James?
Well, I got my wife, Paige. She's always by my side and cheering me on. She's my #1 fan, so that's it for my cheering section today and tomorrow. I do have some family that wanted to come. My brother Curtis, yeah, he's here, but he's getting paid to be here, so I don't know if it counts. It's gonna be a fun day, and I'm sure there'll be hopefully a few of the Louis Philippe Waugh fans will jump on the James McDonald bandwagon tomorrow.
You think that's the thing? Were they not going to be staying local and supporting their home guys?
They might, but I'll learn to speak French if they'll cheer for me.
Louis got a lot of pull around these parts. I know he was really hoping he could have been a part of this, but you guys kind of crushed those dreams on him, I guess. But that's it. It was a competition, and the Ontario Regionals here was your #1 and #2. And now tomorrow, the standings all reset, guys. Tyler, last question for you. You look at the different group of drivers. You're going to get driving against some guys you're just meeting for the first time here. That unpredictability, is that something that it takes a few races to kind of feel that out? Or is it, for you, do you have a bit of a strategy going in?
No, I definitely think it's better. Like, for me, winning London, I knew most of the drivers because I drive with them, and I knew all the horses. So I think driving horses that I've never drove before and driving against drivers that I don't usually drive against definitely makes things hard. But I think after a couple races, hopefully be able to adjust and see what happens. But yeah, it's kind of like going in blind.
Absolutely. And last question for you, James. Several of these guys are going to be partaking, guys that you don't race against regularly because they're from other parts of Canada. Who's somebody maybe we should keep our eye on? I'm not saying you got to tip your hand of who you think maybe could be a big-time threat, but who is somebody to keep an eye on?
Well, that's a tough question. I've raced against all these guys before. Luckily, I've been fortunate enough to travel and race against them all, but they all bring something different to the table, and they all are very successful and have done great things in their own rights. But obviously, Tyler's going to be a tough competition for me. But someone maybe a sleeper. I don't know. I've raced against Phil. Phil's kind of fun. He's a fun guy. Likes to party and have a good time. And I think he's going to have a good time tonight, and hopefully have a good time tomorrow on the track. He's a really good guy, though.
All right. Well, I know in all the preview articles leading up on Standard Brake Canada's website, a lot of the guys mentioned that you are two of the guys they really have to keep their eyes on. Of course, two of the best in the country. Tomorrow it's going to be a fun competition. Wish you guys nothing but the best. All right. So best of luck, Tyler.
Hey, thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
All right. And James, same thing. Best luck to you.
Thank you very much, Mark.
All right. So we're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, two more of our participating drivers will join me. Welcome back, everybody. The Drivers Showcase here on Standard Brake Canada continues as we get set for tomorrow's National Driving Championship. And two more of our drivers that will be partaking in tomorrow's festivities are joining me now from the Western region, Mike Hennessy and Phil Giesbrecht. And gentlemen, we just had the Ontario drivers in, and I read some of the articles leading up. A lot of people, touting them, and understandably. But that being said, does that kind of put a little chip on your shoulder to come in as a little bit of underdogs, Mike?
Oh, it's all right to fly under the radar, hey? They can get all the notice beforehand, and we'll see what happens when we get on the oval tomorrow, eh?
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of talent out in Western Canada. And Phil, for yourself, I know James mentioned he's somebody he's keeping an eye on is you. How are you feeling coming into the competition?
Feeling good. I just hope when we hit the track, everything's going to be cool. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I mean, we're here in Quebec, and there's a good vibe in the city. I understand there's going to be a great crowd tomorrow. How excited were you coming here and getting ready for this trip?
Oh, I thought about it every day. It's just a dream for me to be here. Just the fact that we're here racing horses is just amazing.
Now, the Western Regional was a very tight battle. Mike, take us back to that day and your mentality going in. What was your confidence level?
I actually thought me and Phil didn't have the greatest draws that day, and then, I win the first one, and then third race I win with my 7th overall pick, and it was like, okay, you're in a good position, just keep on top, and then Phil nailed me right at the wire, but it's all right. It was a great day out there. So.
And what about your draft for tomorrow? It took place earlier this week. Not as familiar with the horses this time around, so was it difficult, or what was your strategy going into that?
It was, actually, I was out camping. So I made a list, like 1 to 7. I was chilling by the fire and made my list. But then the first race came, and, the horse I had listed 8th in the first race went 2nd overall. And I was like, whoa, maybe I'm reading this wrong, eh, boys? But, no, the rest of the way out, it played out good. I really like the horses I got. I think 4 of my top picks I ended up with. So, I don't know, man. I'm pretty happy with what I got, and it should be a fun time.
Yeah, you guys have to put your handicapping hats on, I guess, so to speak, for this. What about you, Phil? I mean, it's a little different, right? Having to pick essentially your horses, and sometimes you're handcuffed. You got the last pick, but how'd you feel about your draw?
I got to be honest. I asked my buddy Murray Slough, who's the announcer at Calgary. I said, can you handicap this for us real quick? Because it's a little different, but I've seen horses I thought I could make some money with or, get in some good spots, and we're just going to hope for the best.
Phil, it's funny you mentioned that because I talked to a couple of the other drivers and they mentioned, they leaned on somebody else to give them a little bit of help or at least a little guidance with who they were going to pick. Talk about how 2024 has gone. I know we're here and we're looking forward to this event coming up tomorrow, but racing goes on and never really stops. For you, Phil, how's your season been?
I can't complain. I got to go to BC. I drove a couple stake races there, one with Kootenai Coco. Just been kind of a whirlwind here the last couple of weeks. A little bit of horse got a little sick on our barn a little bit, but everything else is going really, really good. I can't complain about everything that's going on. The racing is great in Western Canada. I think it's going to be just going to keep on getting better and better as we go on.
Absolutely. And what about for you, Mike? How's the year been?
It's been great. I've been missing out on my dad's top horse Shark Week just because he needed to get a little help. But the rest of the barns really picked it up. My dad's good filly, Bye Bye Baby Bye Bye, upset in the big final the other day. We've had a lot of luck in the stakes, and then in the Drivers Challenge, it was awesome too. So great season so far.
Now, how about the folks back in Western Canada? I know they'll be rooting you guys on, but it'll be a big cheering section back there.
Oh yeah, for sure. And there's even a backup touring section like Robert Shepard. He's got a little Western roots to him too, right? And there's a lot of people there cheering for him too. So me and Phil fall off tomorrow. They got a backup out there too, so that's good.
Yeah, 3 out of 8's not bad. I think Shep's got almost every region in the country is probably cheering him on. We'll hear from him in a little bit. What about for you, Phil? Who's joining you here on this trip?
Actually, we're just here flying solo. I really wish my wife and kids could be here. Just one of those things. We got a wedding to go to on Saturday, so I'm not even driving on Saturday there. So anyways, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Just gonna take it all in and enjoy myself and just have a lot of fun.
I know you haven't been here too long, but what do you think of the city here?
It's actually a great little spot, to be honest. I never get to live that city life because we're always on the outskirts of town and stuff. But yeah, it's a nice vibe. It's a great little city. We got to walk the track today, and I'm excited. Everyone's very, very open arms around here.
That's the one thing I found for sure. The hospitality has been absolutely fantastic. Everybody, whether it be at the hotel, the racetrack, across the board, you name it. Mike, Phil, a good date?
Oh yeah, baby, he's treated me good. He's taken me out twice today. Already walked the strip with him twice here, and he takes me to the water and tells me nice things. He's a good man, Jocelyn, I see what you were doing here, All
right, to cap things off, guys, one final question. I'll start first with you, Phil. What would it mean to win tomorrow?
No words. To compete against James and Tyler and everyone else around, just find out what where we're at in our stance. And I really hope everything's going to go really, really well, and hope for the best again. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I think that's the one thing we got to remember. It's going to be a lot of fun for everybody. Mike, for you, if it did all come together and you won, what would that mean?
New Zealand, baby.
I like it. That's exactly it. Got to have your eyes on the prize. Gentlemen, Phil, Mike, thanks so much for doing this. We'll take a quick commercial break and come back.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
The London Classic Yearling Sale, Canada's premier standardbred auction, returns October 15th and 16th to the Western Fair District Agriplex. Recent London sales standouts include O'Brien Award winners and millionaire performers, Logan Park, Fashion Frenzy, and Stockade Sealster. Leading North American consigners and yearlings by the sport's top sires, all under one roof in a world-class facility. Find your next champion at the London Classic Yearling Sale. Find out more by visiting londonclassic.ca.
Welcome back, everybody, to La Maison du Bouche here in Trois-Rivières, Quebec, as we're getting set for the National Driving Championship coming up tomorrow from Hippodrome Trois-Rivières. It's going to be a fun afternoon, all the action getting underway around 4 p.m. You'll be able to watch it here at standardbredcanada.ca. Mark McKelvey with another couple of special guests, 2 of our participants taking part tomorrow, coming out of the Atlantic region, Redmond Doucette and David Dowling. Red, I'm going to start first with you. Coming to an event like this, you've experienced this a time or two before, but it's got to be a blast every single time.
Yeah, it's a great time. We get treated like kings, and there's not one complaint. I always have a blast.
And David, I see you got your family with you here today. I hear it's even a special day for your young one.
Yeah, his birthday's 6 today, so.
That's fantastic. And getting to experience that with your family, how excited were they for this trip?
Oh, they're excited. They want to get to the track and start cheering and stuff. And no, they're always behind me, so it's good to have them here.
That's what you need. You need to have a big support group behind you, and you typically travel very well with a good cheering section. What can we expect tomorrow?
Yeah, there's a few around. I'm getting text here that they're all on the patio bars having a couple of cold ones, so, you know, they're going to enjoy themselves. I'm sure you'll see some Team Doucette shirts tomorrow.
I can't wait to see it, and that's one of the fun things about this is you're bringing in drivers from across the country and representing different parts of the country, so you're going to have those cheering sections. Red, let's go back to the regional. You came out on top. You finished first. David, you finished second to advance, but take us back to that day, how it all unfolded. And I asked Mike this question just before, but what was your confidence level going into it?
I had zero confidence. I haven't driven a horse all year, and it's like my buddy said, I was right off the couch, so... But no, my draw was really fortunate. So what was between the shafts helped me out a lot. So I did okay. So.
And Dave, for you, that day you punched your ticket. How were you feeling going into the regional?
I was kind of a little up and down about it. I wasn't really sure on my lineup, but we plugged away and did what we had to do, and here we are.
That's it. You had to punch your ticket. You found a way to finish in the top two and to advance here to the National Driving Championship. Looking ahead to this weekend, I mean, since you knew you were going to be advancing to the National Driving Championship, how much had you been thinking about it? Had it really been on your mind?
Yeah, it's been on a little. You know, you think about it here and there, but it's just exciting to be here and take it all in.
Red, you're a veteran of the driving championships and those challenges, so tell us a bit, do you have a strategy going in? Is it just kind of, I know I've talked to some drivers who say you just try and get as many points early and bank them, kind of put yourself in a good spot, but that being said, a lot's got to happen on the track.
Yeah, you always got to look to your left and to your right, and you know, if your horses aren't the best in the race, you got to try and squeak as much as you can, so there's sometimes staying to the rail isn't a bad thing, so we'll see how it works out.
That's it. That's the one thing you notice in these driving challenges is a little bit of unpredictability. Everybody just trying to get themselves in a spot. You talked about coming off the couch, as you put it. Tell us about that. I mean, was that on the radar to participate in the regional all along?
Well, I was informed I was selected for it, but where my track's located, we didn't start racing yet, so, and I wasn't doing any traveling because I was busy working and 4 kids at home, so it was tough to get around, but it all worked out for me. I got lucky.
That's you got to be good to be lucky as well. We do say that. How about 2024 for you, Dave? How's the year gone?
It's been good. Staying healthy and winning races, and yeah, it's been a good go so far.
And talk about racing back home for you guys. I mean, there's so many passionate fans. I'm excited to see the passionate fans here in Quebec, but I think back on the east coast of Canada may have the most passionate fans. And I know the folks in Ontario are probably looking at me with a bit of a side eye, but when you meet folks from the east coast, they love their harness racing.
Yeah, it's take it serious, but everybody has fun and everybody works together, and it's like one big family. It's everybody just looks after everybody.
Red, talk about your lineup for tomorrow. How are you feeling about it? How did the draft go?
The draft is so-so. I think everybody's got a fair chance. I think there's one standout winner. I mean, of course, James would get first pick, but that's how it goes. But other than that, I think it's wide open, and hopefully it all works out for me and see what happens.
My final question for you, I mean, if it all comes together tomorrow and you come out on top, what would that mean? Maybe not just to you, but to all your supporters.
Oh, that'd be unreal. I mean, just for me, for my small community where I come from, it'd be pretty big news, and I wouldn't mind putting on the red and white at all.
Absolutely. And Dave, I'll ask you the same question. What would this mean? Imagine having the family here. That's really special as well.
Yeah, it would be real nice to be able to wear the red and white, but just everybody that's been behind me the whole time, it's exciting for them too.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I wish you guys both the best of luck. Thanks so much for doing this. Have a great day tomorrow. I think you hit the nail right on the head when you mentioned, though, the whole experience, right? It's not just about racing. It's an experience altogether, so best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, best of luck.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, we'll take another timeout. When we come back, we're going to catch up with Robert Shepard and Stefan Brousseau.
Sealster, a name synonymous with quality. From their picturesque farm in Lucan, Ontario, Sealster Farms has been producing champions for decades. Stars like $650,000 winner Poseidon Sealster, millionaire mares Karma and Kendall Sealster, and two-time O'Brien Award-winning Stockade Sealster. Sealster is also the home of many of Canada's top stallions, like Sunshine Beach, All Bets Off, and world champion superstar Bulldog Hanover, the sport's all-time fastest performer. Find your next champion at Sealster Farms. For more information, visit sealsterfarms.com.
For over 25 years, Tara Hill Stud has worked with partners to help produce champion stallions. We are proud to have bred great racehorses like Fade Out, Shower Play, Precious Delight, and There's a Demon in Me. Our stallions, past and present, have had tremendous success while making a huge impact on racing across North America. Tara Hill Stud, where champions stand and champion yearlings are raised. Log on to tarahills.com.
And once again, welcome back. We are live here in Trois-Rivières, Quebec at our Drivers Showcase, our welcome dinner for the 2024 National Driving Championship. Mark McKelvey catching up with two more of our competitors in tomorrow's NDC, the final two that we're going to catch up with here tonight. And I guess we're saving the locals for last, so to speak, from the Quebec and Eastern Ontario Regional. We have got Stefan Brosseau and Robert Shepard. And Stefan, when you came up here, you got a big cheer. Kind of the hometown guy here in this competition. That's got to be really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be fun to be like out of town. At the same time, just doing it home, it's maybe a little special there.
And Robert, it got mentioned by Mike Hennessy. You got connections pretty much across the country here. So he said you probably have the biggest cheering section.
Yeah, I've kind of been everywhere. So I have friends everywhere. So hopefully.
Now tell us about how coming into this competition you're feeling. The lineup came out earlier in the week and we had the draft. How do you feel about your card tomorrow?
I feel pretty good. I got some decent picks. I was happy with the draw and all the horses drew pretty well. So worked out. We'll just see how they feel tomorrow.
Absolutely. And Stefan, Tyler Borth was mentioning earlier when he won the regional in Ontario. It was at Western Fair, a track he drives at very regularly. For yourself, some familiarity with these horses for tomorrow. Does that give you a little bit of a leg up?
I think so. I think, I look at the program and, I think I got lucky. To tell you the truth, maybe in the 8th and 9th race, I got my first pick with the 4th pick and the 5th pick. So I don't know. We'll see after. Maybe they're going to be able to, maybe they're going to say, oh, you were wrong. But, I'm very happy with my draft.
Now, you had a big win a couple of weeks ago in an OSS Gold event at Rideau Carleton. That had to feel good. Probably a little nice momentum boost heading into this.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something, at my age, I wasn't waiting for that, and a big thanks to Sylvain Filion and Dr. Moore. And, that's for sure, it helped your boost, it boosts your positive, I'm very happy. And after that, I don't know, all the wins came after, so I'm happy. Yeah, for sure.
And Shep, talk about your season here coming into the National Driving Championship. How do you feel you're driving? How's 2024 been?
It's been pretty good. Been busy, but we have a stable of our own. But my drives have all been working out. It's all come together. I just try to stay consistent, and everything seems to roll with it. So,
you've been in many driver competitions. Do you have a kind of a game plan going into them?
I'll just try and get as much points every race.
Keeping it simple. I do like that. Stefan, on my notes, it mentioned that you're the oldest competitor. I'm not sure why they had to call that out, but that said, the veteran, the wise, the home track, feels like a lot kind of going your way here.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe to live that thing maybe younger. I was maybe not that ready. I think I'm really ready. With the age there, if I'm not, maybe it's my last shot, so I gotta be.
Understandable, and I heard from the other guys in their comments talking about what this would mean to win, but I think there is something to, as you continue to race and you become a veteran in this sport, appreciating the moments. I'm sure no matter how things go tomorrow, you're really going to appreciate this whole experience.
Well, that's what I said, getting older, and you really take the time to every minute, every seconds with all these guys and all these moments, like even that goal there, I never think it was going to happen again. So, yeah, that's really nice things that's happening to me now, and I just try to live it the most I can.
Shep, you mentioned that you've been in many parts of the country here, so you're pretty familiar with all the drivers in this competition. Looking at the group, who do you look at as maybe some of your main competition, so to speak, other than Stefan because he's standing right beside us?
Well, I've driven against them all. They're all pretty tough. It's going to be tough. Even Three Rivers, me and Stefan, we tied for second, I think, last year. But it's we always do good. They're all competitive, so it's. Put them on a good horse, they can get them to go. So that's why they're here.
Absolutely. And you talk about the regional, hotly contested that regional to advance. Take us back to that day and how it played out for you. And was it what you anticipated? Did you like your lineup that day?
Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad, but I mean, I worked out some good trips. I had a horse that got parked the whole way and raced way better than I thought. The last race, I got a little bit lucky. I'm not gonna lie. It gave me the boost to the win, and I ended up getting into second place. So I didn't even realize at the time, but it was so someone else told me in the paddock, but it was very enjoyable.
Absolutely, and it was able to help you punch your ticket to tomorrow, the NDC. For those that have never been to Hippodrome Trois-Rivières, what can we expect tomorrow? I understand it'll be a good crowd on hand, and they're very passionate about their racing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I don't want to take away from any places around, but I think the people like in Quebec, they really like the horses and they really like the races. And I think the fans are really special. Like there's a lot of fans on the side of the fence. And I think, everybody, all the drivers gonna like the way, the atmosphere. Yeah, thank you, Bob. The atmosphere that's gonna be over there tomorrow, I'm sure about it.
Shep, final question for you. What would it mean to win tomorrow, the NDC?
Oh, it'd be great. My daughter told me last night that if we win, we're going to see the kangaroos. So
I like it. Already looking ahead a bit there. Do you got much of a cheering section here with you this weekend?
Yeah, my mom and dad are my brother up from PEI, and so it's my daughter and son, and Isabella will all be there tomorrow. So we'll try and do our best for them.
All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, and Stefan, to close things out with you, talk about, I guess you'll have many people cheering you on here tomorrow, but do you have a special group with you?
Well, my father and mother, and I think my sister, but, my son is with me for these 2 days there, and it's very special for me. And I got lots of friends are coming down. I don't know if it's pressure or just, to show that they love me, and just being there just got to push me, so I don't know how many, but there's going to be a lot.
Absolutely. They're going to be making a ton of noise. I do expect it. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
All right. We'll take one final timeout. When we come back, we'll put a wrap on tonight's festivities and get you set for the action coming up tomorrow.
Winback Farm of Canada's now home to Meadowlands Pace Champion Beach Glass.
Beach Glass wins the Cane Pace. Beach Glass.
Well, today it's Beach Glass.
And Beach Glass is going to get there. Beach Glass in front.
Beach Glass! The beach is back! Beach Glass!
New to Winback Farm of Canada in 2024. For more information, visit winbackfarm.com.
And welcome back for one final time here tonight from La Maison de Bouche here in Trois-Rivières, Quebec. My name is Mark McKelvey. Thanks so much for tuning in for this evening's Drivers Showcase as we get you set for tomorrow's National Driving Championship. It's going to be a fun afternoon at Hippodrome Trois-Rivières, and it's all going to get underway at 4 p.m. You can catch all the action here at standardbreakcanada.ca. We've got a special broadcast that's going to carry you all the way through tomorrow's action. The competition gets underway in race number 2, carries through race number 9. All 8 drivers scheduled scheduled to be in all 8 of the competition races. It's going to be a blast. You can track all along on our socials and at Standard Brake Canada's website. There'll be live updates throughout the day as well if you can't tune into the live stream, but we really hope you do. We'll have opening ceremonies right off the top at 4 p.m. On behalf of the entire crew here in Trois-Rivières, Quebec, have a great Thursday night, and we'll see you tomorrow for the 2024 National Driving Championship.